Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Success doesn't start when the sun is shining. It doesn't begin when the crowd shows up or when the cameras are rolling. Success begins in the dark between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. That's the time when the world is asleep and champions are made. The quiet of the early morning, from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., is a rare and precious gift that many overlook. It's during these hours that the world stands still, as most people remain locked in the comfort of their sleep. But this silence, this stillness, is where some of the most profound moments of growth and clarity take place. In this void of noise and distractions, you can hear things that the busy, chaotic hours of the day drown out. It's in these moments of silence that you begin to truly hear yourself. When the world around you is asleep, it's as if everything you need to focus on, whether it's your purpose, your goals, or your faith, comes to the forefront. The distractions of life are muted. There are no emails pinging, no phone calls, no deadlines to meet. The rush of the outside world hasn't begun to intrude on your thoughts yet. In this space, you can begin to align your mind, heart, and soul with your vision. There is power in this stillness, power to reflect, power to reset, and power to renew. This is the time when clarity emerges. Often we're so caught up in the hustle of life that we don't take the necessary time to check in with ourselves. We don't take a step back and ask the critical questions: where am I going? What's my purpose? What's my next step? The silence gives you the space to explore these questions without the constant interruption of life's noise. It's here in the early morning hours that you can discover insights and truths that are otherwise hidden beneath the surface of your daily routine. It's not just about quieting the external world, it's about quieting the internal noise. The mind often races with thoughts, worries, doubts, and endless to-do lists. It's easy to get lost in that mental clutter. But in the silence of the early morning, you can step away from that chaos and hear the truth of who you are and what you want to become. It's during these precious moments that you can truly listen to your inner voice and tap into the wisdom you carry inside. When you embrace silence, you allow yourself to breathe. You allow your thoughts to slow down, and you give yourself permission to simply be. There's no rush, no pressure. The world hasn't started demanding anything from you yet. The quiet is an invitation to take a step back, to appreciate the stillness, and to reflect on the bigger picture. You have the opportunity to clear your mind, to release the noise, and to ground yourself in what truly matters. This is a time of self-connection. Too often we lose sight of who we are in the pursuit of external validation, achievements, and goals. But the silence allows you to reconnect with yourself, your values, your dreams, and your passions. It's a time to hear what your heart is telling you, to feel what your soul needs. The external world will try to pull you in many directions, but in the quiet of these early hours, you can come back to center and remember what truly drives you. Owning the silence means confronting the truth about where you stand in life. It's not always comfortable to be alone with your thoughts, but that's exactly why it's so powerful. In these moments of solitude, you can assess your current state, understand where you need to grow, and recognize what changes are necessary to move forward. The silence forces you to face your reality, but it also gives you the space to plan your next steps with intention and clarity. You're not reacting to the noise of the world, you're creating a plan that aligns with your inner truth. The beauty of owning the silence is that it cultivates a deep sense of inner peace. In this space, there's no rush, no pressure, and no judgment. There's only the opportunity to connect with your deeper self, to listen, to reflect, and to prepare. It's in these moments that you can shed the weight of the world and give yourself the gift of uninterrupted focus. This is where true growth begins, not in the noise of the world, but in the quiet moments where you reconnect with the essence of who you are. When you wake up in the early hours, between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., the world is still. The noise of the day hasn't begun, and there's a unique, peaceful quiet that surrounds you. It's in these moments that you have an unparalleled opportunity to ground yourself through prayer or meditation. Both practices allow you to center your mind and spirit, but they do so in different ways. Whether you lean toward one or the other, or you practice both, taking this time to connect with something bigger than yourself sets the tone for everything that follows in your day. Prayer, in its essence, is a conversation, a deep and intimate exchange with the divine or whatever higher power you believe in. It's the opportunity to speak your heart, to express gratitude, to ask for guidance, or simply to find peace. Prayer centers your thoughts, aligning your intentions with the energy of the universe or the strength of your faith. When you pray, you're not only speaking but listening as well. The quiet of the early morning is the perfect time to hear the answers or wisdom that may come in response to your prayer. It's a sacred dialogue, one that brings clarity, peace, and direction to your day. It's the act of quieting the mind and being present in the moment. In these early hours, meditation can be a powerful tool for resetting your mental and emotional state. It allows you to detach from the noise of the world and tune into your inner self. Through meditation, you can cultivate awareness, focus, and mindfulness. It is in these moments of stillness that you can let go of the clutter that fills your mind throughout the day, thoughts about work, responsibilities, and obligations. You free yourself from that mental noise and create space for clarity and peace. Both prayer and meditation, while distinct practices, share one essential goal: to bring you into alignment with your true self and with the universe around you. They provide an opportunity to reconnect with your purpose, to recalibrate your intentions, and to cultivate a sense of peace that will carry you through the day. In the quiet of these early hours, you're able to focus solely on the present moment, without distractions, without pressure, and without the constant pull of external demands. When you engage in prayer or meditation at this time, you create a sacred space for your mind to expand. You're not rushing to start the day. You're giving yourself the gift of stillness, allowing yourself to reset mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. This is a time to check in with your heart and mind, to release worries, doubts, or anxieties that might be weighing you down. You set the tone for the day ahead, shaping your responses and reactions before the world starts throwing challenges your way. Another profound aspect of prayer or meditation during these early hours is the ability to set your intentions for the day. You might choose to pray for strength, for wisdom, or for the courage to face the challenges ahead. Or you might meditate on your goals and visualize the steps you will take to achieve them. The stillness of these early moments offers the space to affirm your purpose and to set a clear path forward. You're not just reacting to life circumstances, you're proactively choosing how you will show up in the world. As you engage in these practices, you tap into a deeper sense of inner peace. You cultivate a sense of calm that can carry you through the day's turbulence. When you have taken the time to center yourself in prayer or meditation, you become less susceptible to the stress and overwhelm that can arise as the day unfolds. You're able to approach challenges with a steady mind and a peaceful heart because you've already created a solid foundation of tranquility within yourself. Prayer or meditation in the early morning hours is an act of discipline, but also an act of self-love. It's a reminder that before you take on the responsibilities of the world, you need to take care of yourself. By carving out this time in the silence of the early morning, you make a commitment to your mental and spiritual well-being. It's a commitment to creating a life of intention, peace, and clarity. When you focus on prayer or meditation at this time, you are not just setting yourself up for a successful day, you are cultivating a life of balance, focus, and purpose. There's something uniquely powerful about dreaming while you're awake. We often think of dreams as fleeting, unconscious visions that come to us when we sleep, but there's an entirely different type of dream, one that you create intentionally while you're fully awake. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., the world is still, and the quiet of the early hours gives you an unparalleled opportunity to tap into your imagination and reflect on your deepest desires, goals, and aspirations. This is the time to dream consciously, to set your mind free and visualize what you truly want to achieve in life. When you allow yourself to dream while awake, you break free from the constraints of your current reality. The stillness and peace of the early morning hours provide the perfect backdrop for this mental exercise. During these moments, there are no external distractions, no noise, and no pressure to conform to what others expect of you. It's just you and your thoughts, and in that space, you can truly let your imagination soar. You are free to explore the possibilities that lie ahead, to envision what your life could be, and to picture the person you want to become. Dreaming while awake means daring to envision a future that might seem far beyond your current circumstances. It's about stretching your imagination, taking your goals to new heights, and setting intentions that push you beyond your comfort zone. In these early hours, you can dream without limitation. You can dream without the weight of self-doubt or the constraints of practicalities. There is no can't in this space, only possibilities. It's in this freedom that true inspiration can arise, that ideas and visions start to take shape. When you dream awake, you're also practicing visioning. You're building a clear mental picture of where you want to go. Successful people don't just hope for things to happen. They create a vision of their success and work relentlessly toward it. Dreaming while awake allows you to clarify your goals, to form a concrete mental image of the outcomes you desire. You visualize the steps you need to take to achieve those goals, and by doing so, you make your dreams more tangible. In that moment, your dreams feel possible because you can see them unfolding in your mind's eye. You become a creator of your own destiny. It's also in these moments that you can tap into your deepest desires, the things you might have buried beneath the surface due to fear or uncertainty. Dreams are often tied to the things we truly want, but we may not always feel worthy or capable of attaining them. But when you dream while awake, you create the space to acknowledge these desires, to face them head on, and to declare that they are worth pursuing. These aren't daydreams or fleeting thoughts, they are intentional visualizations that connect you to your innermost self. By dreaming while awake, you align with what truly matters to you, and you give yourself permission to want more. Waking dreams allow you to connect with your sense of purpose. As you sit in the silence of the early morning, reflect on what drives you. What is the deeper reason behind your goals and aspirations? These are the dreams that are rooted in purpose, not just in achievement. They reflect the impact you want to have on the world, the legacy you want to leave. Dreaming while awake allows you to reconnect with that sense of meaning, reminding you why you're pushing yourself toward your goals in the first place. This clarity of purpose becomes a source of strength when the road gets tough, and it keeps you focused on what truly matters. As you dream awake, you also begin to break free from the limitations imposed by fear and doubt. Often we put up barriers in our minds, telling ourselves that certain dreams are too big, too unrealistic, or too out of reach. But when you step into the early morning hours and give yourself permission to dream fully, you release those fears. You break through the walls that have held you back, allowing yourself to believe that anything is possible. You tap into a sense of limitless potential where the only boundaries are the ones you create for yourself. In this space, fear has no room to grow. Instead, it's replaced by confidence, ambition, and the courage to pursue the impossible. Dreaming while awake is not just about imagining a future, it's about creating the energy and motivation to bring that future into existence. It's the first step in turning the impossible into the possible. When you allow yourself to dream with clarity and purpose, you lay the foundation for action. Those dreams you envision don't stay as fantasies, they become the blueprint for your reality. You can start to chart your path forward, knowing exactly what you're working toward. The more vividly you dream while awake, the more committed you become to making those dreams a reality. And in the silence of the early morning hours, that commitment is stronger than ever. When you wake up in the early hours, between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., the world is still. The hustle, the distractions, the noise, none of that is here yet. This is your time, and how you spend it can set the tone for the rest of your day. One of the most powerful things you can do in these quiet hours is to plan your day with purpose. Planning your day isn't just about filling up your schedule with tasks. It's about aligning every action with your greater vision, setting clear intentions, and preparing yourself mentally and emotionally for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. In the early morning, there's no rush. No one is demanding anything from you. The absence of the usual distractions gives you a unique opportunity to pause and really think about how you want your day to unfold. You can map out the actions you need to take to move closer to your goals, while also reflecting on what truly matters. It's not enough to just make a to-do list. It's about making intentional choices about how you'll spend your time, your energy, and your focus. The first step in planning your day with purpose is to reflect on your larger goals and aspirations. You are not just going through the motions, you're actively working towards something bigger. The actions you take today should be in service of the future you're creating. By reflecting on your long-term vision, you can ensure that every step you take is meaningful. You're building a bridge between your present self and your future self, and each decision you make is a stone on that path. When you plan with purpose, you give meaning to your day, and it becomes part of a larger, intentional journey. Once you've grounded yourself in your larger goals, it's time to prioritize. Not everything needs to be done today, and not every task holds equal weight. Take a moment to evaluate what's most important, what will have the biggest impact on your life, and what aligns most closely with your values. It's easy to get lost in the small, insignificant tasks, checking emails, answering messages, or handling minor requests, but when you plan with purpose, you ensure that your energy is directed toward the things that matter. Prioritizing your task gives you the clarity to focus on what will move you forward and allows you to let go of the things that don't deserve your attention. Another key element of planning with purpose is identifying how you want to show up today, not just in terms of what you'll do, but who you'll be. This is where your mindset comes into play. How do you want to approach the challenges that will come your way? What kind of energy do you want to bring to your work, your relationships, and your interactions? Setting a purposeful intention for your mindset can be a game changer. You can decide to show up with confidence, patience, determination, or compassion depending on what the day requires. When you intentionally decide how you want to be, you're not simply reacting to the events of the day. You're creating the energy you want to bring to every situation. Planning your day with purpose also means making space for self-care and reflection. Life moves fast, and it's easy to get caught up in the grind of productivity without ever checking in with yourself. But to be truly effective and fulfilled, you need balance. Purposeful planning isn't just about accomplishing tasks. It's about creating harmony in your life. Carve out time for rest, for nourishment, and for moments of reflection. When you take care of your mind, body, and spirit, you ensure that you have the energy and clarity to perform at your best throughout the day. As you map out your day, think about how you can create momentum. Momentum is the driving force that propels you forward, and it starts with small, purposeful actions. Whether it's tackling a challenging task first thing in the morning or setting aside time for deep focus, creating momentum early in the day can carry you through. Momentum keeps you moving toward your goals, even when the going gets tough. By intentionally planning your day to build momentum, you ensure that your energy and focus stay aligned with your purpose. Be mindful of the unexpected. Life is unpredictable, and even the most purposeful plans may need to be adjusted as the day unfolds. But when you plan with intention, you create a solid foundation. You're better prepared to handle challenges because you've already set your course. Planning your day with purpose gives you the mental clarity and confidence to pivot when needed without losing sight of what truly matters. When you take the time to plan your day with purpose in those quiet early hours, you're not just going through the motions, you're setting yourself up for success. Every choice, every action becomes part of a larger intentional path that leads you closer to your dreams and goals. You show up with clarity, focus, and the energy to face whatever comes your way. Planning with purpose turns an ordinary day into an extraordinary one, and it's a powerful tool that can help you transform your life, one purposeful decision at a time. Discipline is the quiet force that drives us toward greatness. It's the unsung hero of success, often overshadowed by more glamorous traits like talent, luck, or charisma. But make no mistake, discipline is the cornerstone of achievement. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's the consistency of showing up day after day and staying committed to your goals, no matter how difficult or unappealing the task may seem in the moment. In the early hours, between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., discipline becomes even more crucial. The world is still. There are no distractions, no external pressures pushing you in 1,000 different directions. This is the time to lean into discipline. It's easy to sleep in, to justify resting a little longer, to allow comfort to take the lead. But this is where champions are made. By choosing discipline over comfort, you're building habits that will carry you through every challenge, every obstacle, and every setback. Discipline is not about being rigid or harsh on yourself. It's about creating structure that serves your long-term goals. It's the small, consistent actions that over time compound into massive results. They think about it, success doesn't come from one monumental effort. It's built on the foundation of doing the little things, the daily practices that others might overlook. And in the quiet of the early morning, when the world is asleep, you have the opportunity to make those small but powerful decisions that set you on the path to greatness. In these early hours, discipline is the key that unlocks productivity. While the world sleeps, you are investing in yourself, whether it's through meditation, reading, working out, or focusing on your goals. This time is sacred, a time when distractions are minimal and your focus can be razor sharp. It's the perfect opportunity to be disciplined in your approach to self-improvement. Every minute you spend in this disciplined pursuit adds up. Over time, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often found in their ability to stay disciplined when the going gets tough. But discipline isn't just about the actions you take, it's about your mindset. It's about how you choose to view obstacles and setbacks. A disciplined person doesn't see failure as the end of the road, but as a stepping stone, a part of the process. In those quiet early hours, when you're alone with your thoughts, you have the opportunity to cultivate this mindset. You can remind yourself that the discomfort you feel in the moment is temporary, but the rewards of discipline are lasting. Whether you're working on your fitness, your career, or personal growth, discipline teaches you resilience. It's the resilience to keep going when it feels easier to quit. It's the power to push through the resistance that naturally comes when you step out of your comfort zone. Discipline builds self-respect. The more you commit to doing what you said you would, the more you strengthen your belief in your own abilities. Every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you reinforce the idea that you can rely on yourself. And that self-reliance is a powerful asset. It creates a foundation of trust between you and your goals, and it leads to unshakable confidence. The more disciplined you are, the more you begin to realize that you hold the keys to your own success. You are the one who determines how far you can go and how much you can achieve. Discipline also helps you prioritize. When you embrace discipline, you begin to understand that not everything is important. There are things that move you closer to your goals and things that don't. A disciplined life isn't about cramming your day with endless tasks. It's about focusing on the activities that truly matter. By practicing discipline, you become more intentional with your time, your energy, and your focus, ensuring that everything you do aligns with your long-term vision. Mastery is not achieved overnight. It's the product of continuous practice, relentless focus, and an unwavering commitment to getting better day by day. The key to excellence is not merely talent, but a dedication to working on your craft. Whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, an athlete, or anyone striving to make a meaningful impact, the most important thing you can do is put in the work consistently and with purpose. This is especially true during those quiet, early hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. when the world is asleep, and it's just you and your commitment to your craft. Working on your craft means focusing on the skills and techniques that define your work. It's not about relying on what you already know, but pushing yourself to discover what's next, to refine your abilities, and to learn with an open mind. Every successful person you admire, whether in your field or outside it, has dedicated countless hours to perfecting their craft. The difference between someone who succeeds and someone who falls short is the willingness to consistently show up, to practice even when it feels uncomfortable, and to stay focused on improvement rather than immediate results. In the early hours, when everything is still and undisturbed, you have a unique opportunity to work on your craft without distractions. These are the hours when you can immerse yourself deeply in the process, uninterrupted by the demands of the outside world. It's a time when you can really get lost in what you're doing, whether it's writing, painting, coding, training, or any other discipline. In these quiet moments, your creativity can flow freely, your mind can focus completely on the task at hand, and you have the space to experiment and explore new approaches. But working on your craft doesn't mean mindlessly repeating the same tasks over and over. It's about deliberate practice, challenging yourself to push beyond your current limitations. In those early hours, it's easy to fall into a routine, but real growth comes from stepping outside of that comfort zone. You must seek feedback, analyze your mistakes, and constantly ask yourself, what can I do better? This is where growth happens, not by simply repeating what you already know, but by identifying the gaps, seeking improvement, and striving for mastery. This commitment to progress is what separates those who succeed from those who settle. As you work on your craft, it's important to understand that failure is part of the process. You will encounter setbacks, mistakes, and moments of frustration, but this is where the true value of working on your craft lies. Every failure is a lesson in disguise, a chance to learn and improve. The key is to view challenges as stepping stones rather than obstacles. The more you commit to working through your mistakes, the more resilient you become. And as your resilience grows, so does your ability to tackle even bigger challenges. In those quiet, early hours, when you face the inevitable struggles and doubts, remind yourself that this is part of the journey. Each time you push through, you are becoming better, stronger, and more skilled. Another vital aspect of working on your craft is the mindset you bring to it. It's about consistency, not perfection. Mastery doesn't come from occasional bursts of intense focus. It comes from the daily, often mundane practice of honing your skills. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it, and pushing through the resistance. In the early hours when you are working on your craft, you are building habits that will sustain you in the long run. You are laying the foundation for success, one small, deliberate action at a time. It's the daily effort that compounds into something extraordinary over time. Working on your craft also requires patience. Mastery is a long-term commitment, and there will be times when the results are not immediately visible. But if you remain dedicated, if you keep refining your skills and pushing yourself to improve, those results will come. Trust the process. The effort you put in today will pay off in the future. This is why the early hours are so powerful. The peace and solitude they offer allow you to stay focused on the long game, on the bigger picture, and on the incremental progress you're making toward your goals. Building physical strength is about more than just lifting weights or pushing your body to its limits in the gym. It's a discipline, a commitment to taking care of your body and challenging it to grow stronger, one day at a time. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., when the world is still and the noise of the day has yet to begin, is the perfect time to invest in your physical strength. It's in these early hours that you can commit to becoming the strongest version of yourself, not just in your muscles, but in your mind and willpower. Physical strength is built through consistent effort, and consistency is the true measure of progress. It's not about showing up one day, pushing hard, and expecting overnight results. It's about coming back day after day, even when you feel tired, even when you don't want to. In the silence of the early morning, when the world hasn't woken up yet, it's easier to make that commitment to yourself. You don't have the distractions of the day pulling you away from your goals, and it's the perfect opportunity to put in the work that will transform your body. Strength comes from challenge. Your body grows stronger when you push it to its limits, when you expose it to stress, and then allow it to recover. This could mean lifting heavier weights, running further, or holding a difficult yoga pose a little longer. The key is progression, challenging yourself to go just a little bit further each day. But it's also important to recognize that building strength doesn't happen in a straight line. The early hours are also an opportunity to focus on recovery and rest. Physical strength isn't just about exertion, it's about balance. Your body needs time to heal, to rebuild, and to grow stronger after each workout. Rest, nutrition, and sleep are crucial components of a strength-building routine. In these early hours, you have the chance to nourish your body with a healthy breakfast, hydrate, and mentally prepare for the work ahead. You can give yourself the proper recovery time that will allow you to come back stronger tomorrow. Without rest, all the physical effort you put in will be undermined. It's essential to understand that true strength isn't built just through hard work, but also through recovery and self-care. Beyond just the physical act of training, focusing on your physical strength also requires mental discipline. It's easy to get discouraged when you hit a plateau or when you feel like your body is not responding the way you want it to. But this is where resilience comes in. Strength isn't just the ability to lift a heavier weight or run a faster mile. It's the ability to keep going when things aren't easy, to show up day after day, even when the results don't come as quickly as you expect. Another important aspect of building physical strength is having a clear plan. Strength doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of thoughtful, intentional effort. Whether you're following a specific workout routine, focusing on your diet, or aiming to increase your flexibility or endurance, having a plan gives you direction. You don't want to be aimlessly going through the motions. In the early morning hours, you can take a step back and evaluate your goals, your progress, and the areas where you need to improve. Physical strength is not just about aesthetics or how you look. It's about how your body functions, how it performs under stress, and how resilient it becomes when faced with challenges. The strength you build physically translates into all areas of your life. The mental fortitude you develop in pushing through difficult workouts carries over into your work, your relationships, and your daily life. Physical strength is empowerment. It's about taking control of your body, building confidence, and knowing that you can endure, that you can rise to any challenge. And in those early quiet hours when it's just you and your determination, you can find the space to build that strength. In the peace of those moments, when you commit to pushing your body to be stronger, you set the stage for everything that comes after. To outwork the competition is to embrace the grind, the relentless, unwavering commitment to putting in the hours and doing the things that others won't. It's about recognizing that while others might be content with doing the bare minimum, you're willing to go further, work harder, and push yourself beyond your limits. In the quiet of the early morning, between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., when most are still sleeping, this is the moment to commit yourself to outworking everyone around you. The path to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with obstacles, distractions, and times when the effort seems thankless. But those who outwork the competition understand that it's not just about talent or luck. It's about doing the work, showing up day in and day out when it's inconvenient, when it's hard, when it feels like no one is watching. Outworking the competition means putting in the extra effort that separates you from everyone else. It's about choosing discipline over comfort and consistency over shortcuts. In the early morning hours, the world is still. It's a time when distractions are few, and the opportunity for focus is unmatched. This is the perfect time to invest in yourself and outwork the competition. While others are resting, you're awake, planning, preparing, and executing. Whether it's working on a project, studying, exercising, or practicing a skill, these early hours give you the chance to make incremental progress when the world isn't demanding your attention. This is the time to make strides that others will never see. Outworking the competition is about more than just working harder. It's about working smarter too. It's about identifying where your energy and focus can have the most impact. It means cutting through the noise, eliminating distractions, and zeroing in on what truly matters. The best performers in any field understand that success isn't about working harder for the sake of it. It's about optimizing every moment and ensuring that each action you take brings you closer to your goal. This is where the early hours are crucial. In this stillness, you can assess your progress, refine your strategies, and plan your next move with clarity and purpose. But working smart isn't enough on its own. Outworking the competition also requires sacrifice. You have to be willing to give up things that others may deem important, but that don't align with your vision. It's about making choices that keep you focused on your long-term goals, even when it means passing up short-term pleasures. In those early hours, the temptation to hit snooze, to stay comfortable is strong. But the choice to rise early, to put in the work, to outdo yesterday's effort is a choice that separates the winners from the rest. Sacrifice isn't easy, but it's necessary. It's the understanding that every time you say yes to something that takes you off course, you're allowing someone else to get ahead. The road to success isn't a smooth one. You will face setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But those who outwork the competition are not deterred by these challenges. They embrace them as part of the process. Every failure, every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. In the quiet hours when you're by yourself, you can remind yourself of your purpose. You can dig deep and find the strength to keep going, even when the going gets tough. The willingness to keep moving forward in the face of adversity is what allows you to outwork your competition. While others may falter or quit when things get hard, you keep pushing, knowing that the reward lies in persistence. Outworking the competition also means constantly improving. It's easy to get complacent once you've reached a certain level of success. But those who outwork the competition are always looking for ways to get better. They are constantly learning, growing, and adapting to new circumstances. It's the dedication to constant improvement that keeps you ahead of the curve. In the early hours, when the world is quiet, it's a time to invest in self-improvement. Whether it's reading, learning a new skill, or honing your craft, this is where you separate yourself from the pack. Every minute you spend improving yourself is a minute that adds to your edge over the competition. The truth is, outworking the competition is not easy. It's not glamorous, and it doesn't come with immediate rewards. But if you commit to showing up every day, giving your best effort, and constantly striving to be better, you will eventually see the results. The extra hours, the sacrifices, and the discipline will pay off. It's about stacking up small victories that over time lead to big achievements. Outworking the competition is not just about grinding harder or longer. It's about building a mindset that consistently chooses excellence, discipline, and persistence over ease and comfort. It's about taking responsibility for your success and recognizing that while others may rest, you choose to rise early, put in the extra effort, and continue when others are content to stop. The early hours, when the world is still and the distractions are few, are where champions are made, not just because of what you do in those moments, but because of the commitment you build to outwork anyone who stands in your way. The path isn't easy, and the road may get tough, but in the end, it's the consistent, unwavering effort that will separate you from the pack. If you're willing to sacrifice, to keep pushing, to learn from your mistakes, and to continuously improve, you will not just meet your goals, you will exceed them. The competition may be fierce, but with relentless work, dedication, and heart, you'll always come out ahead. Keep grinding, keep pushing. Your results will speak for themselves.